Welcome to section 10.1. This is the 95th session of the CISSP exam prep series. In this session, we'll ground every other control in the building itself. We'll answer several questions. Why does physical control come before all other security? What goes into a secure facility plan? How does layered defense shape the whole design? What should drive where you put the facility? What matters most when you design the building? And how does environmental design quietly steer human behavior? Why does this matter beyond the exam? Because on the job, you inherit or influence real buildings, not just diagrams. Imagine a payment processor moving into a new campus, a research lab handling prototypes, and a regional utility running control systems. Each one lives or dies by choices made in the walls, doors, and grounds. When you are in the design room early, security becomes part of the structure. When you are not, you spend years bolting fixes onto a building that fights you. So why does physical control come before every other kind of security? Because it sits underneath all of them. If an attacker can physically reach your equipment, they can destroy it, read it, or quietly alter it, no matter how strong your logical controls are. Think of a bank with flawless account software but an unlocked backdoor to the server closet. All the encryption in the world means nothing once someone is standing at the rack. So physical protection is the foundation the rest of your program stands on. What actually goes into a secure facility plan? It is a written map of what you must protect and how you intend to do it. You build it from two inputs. A risk assessment names your assets, threats, and weak spots. Then critical path analysis traces every dependency that keeps the mission running. Picture an online store. It needs internet links, servers, power, cooling, and storage, all in a chain. Critical path analysis exposes that whole chain, so no hidden dependency surprises you later. Why should you watch out for technology convergence? Because merging systems onto one path can quietly create a single point of failure. Convergence is the drift of separate technologies into one shared solution over time. It often saves money and effort, which is why it happens. But when voice, video, building controls, and data all ride one connection, one cut can sever everything at once. That shared path also becomes a richer target. So flag convergence during design and decide where redundancy is worth the cost. How does layered defense shape the entire design? It turns the whole site into an obstacle course. A secure facility is built on overlapping layers, positioned in series rather than side by side. An intruder should have to defeat one barrier, then another, then another. Think of a medieval keep with an outer wall, a moat, an inner wall, and only then the treasure room. Each layer buys you time and raises the odds of detection. This is also why security staff belong in the design conversation from the start. Leave them out, and the building itself will undermine your logical controls. What should drive where you actually put the facility? Security needs come first, ahead of cost, size, and even location. Look hard at your neighbours, because their traffic, noise, vibrations, or hazardous materials can spill onto you. Check proximity to emergency responders, and confirm the structure can shrug off local extreme weather and resist forced entry. Study every window, door, and any tree, planter, or column that could hide someone breaking in. Then ask a strategic question. Should you be easy to find, or should you disappear? Industrial camouflage hides a facility's true purpose behind a convincing front, so a data center might wear the face of a plain food packing plant. What matters most when you design the building itself? Above everything else, protecting human life. Every design choice must satisfy the health, safety, and building code rules that apply to you, and a dedicated facility security officer can own that oversight. Beyond life safety, weigh the physical properties of walls, doors, ceilings, floors, and utility runs. Things like fire rating, load capacity, and how air and water flow through the space. Judge each element by how it could serve or sabotage your protection. A raised floor might ease cabling, or it might hide an intruder, depending on how you plan it. How can the environment itself quietly steer behavior? Through a discipline often called crime prevention through environmental design. Its core idea is simple: shape a space thoughtfully, and people behave differently inside it, so crime and even the fear of crime drop. Picture a dim alley with sunken doorways and overflowing dumpsters. Then picture a bright street with wide sidewalks and open storefronts. You feel the difference instantly, and so does a would-be intruder. Small moves reinforce this, like short planters that cannot be hidden behind, cameras mounted in plain view, few and well-watched entrances, and a data center placed at the building's core. What are the 4 principles of first-generation design? They govern the physical space directly. Access control subtly guides people to the real entrance using pathways, fences, bollards, and lighting, so the way in is obvious without shouting signs. Natural surveillance keeps sightlines open and areas well lit, so intruders always feel watched. Image and milieu use a clean, cared for, pleasant setting to signal that this place is respected and monitored. Territorial control adds flags, logos, landscaping, and clear building numbers, so outsiders feel they plainly do not belong here. What does second-generation design add on top? It shifts from the physical space to the social fabric around it. Social cohesion builds neighbors who watch out for each other and raise the alarm together. Community culture means respecting the local values and traditions, so your design fits in and earns buy-in. Connectivity creates shared paths and gathering spaces that keep eyes on the area naturally. Threshold capacity asks how much change a community can absorb before its stability frays, so new plans do not accidentally erode the very safety you want. Remember, though, none of this replaces real hardening. You still need locks, guards, fences, and bollards working alongside good design. So let's bring it together. Physical control comes first, because it underpins every other safeguard. You start with a secure facility plan built from risk assessment and critical path analysis, and you watch convergence for hidden single points of failure. You design in layers. Choose the site for security before comfort, and put life safety above all else. Then you let environmental design steer behavior across both the physical space and the surrounding community, always paired with genuine hardening. Get the building right, and every later control has solid ground to stand on. The MCQs covering all the topics and concepts from this session are available on rucloud.com. Practice the chapter-specific MCQs before moving on to the next session. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or feedback, post a comment below or email us. I will see you in the next session.